is on the line. Gaethje and Black. Oh, nice connection by Holloway.
You're seeing the result of her trying to help. She's got it. Oh, yeah, that's real tight. She's going to go to 3. 10 seconds. Straight to the top. 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 Straight to the top.
Inside leg kick down for Hill. Nice body kick.
Ooh, good right hand.
With a submission in round 5, the throne remains in Mahaskala.
Wow. Sits it down for a second.
Oh! An uppercut from Whitaker. And that
to the top as we go. This is a show. You either can get down and lay down. It's our time wherever we go. We rock and re-roll.
From the T-Mobile Arena.
The people that lay down the playground, we pop and just look at it go. Baby, we all in the game.
Make a mistake because when you do, you hurt you too bad.
Now we're becoming a part of it. We conquered and now we welcome you to the recovery.
They're limited. Yeah, Patty's got him now. This is tight. And the
we grow to be great. We know what it takes. We locking them down. They're shutting us down. We up in the face. We taking from place. We raising the stakes. We want our power to carry the glory. Just get out the way. Stay and live to how you both ground. We the leaders of the future here and now. Everybody listen to the West.
Hello, John. I have nothing against you personally, but I just think I'm better than you. I just know that I can beat you in a fight, so I'm coming for it.
from my angle.
He looking a little concerned.
And Leonettos is still fighting. He's still reversing. Look at this. Oh, there's a big one. Another one. What? I mean, there's another. He's huge elbows late, but all indications are we will have a new UFC welterweight champion. First round knockout for this man.
How are you knocking people out like that at this weight class?
It's because I'm Marty, bro.
It's obvious though. The people that way down the playground, we poppin', just look at it go. Baby, we all in the game. Baby, we all on the chain.
That is a fast kick.
These guys are so now we're becoming a parliament. We came and we saw and we conquered it. Now we welcome you to our concurrent.
watch this. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Championship is on the line. Oh, nice uppercut from the Egyptian.
She's got to lower her level and attack the hip.
Massive head kick. She's out. Xi Ming with a huge attack. There it is.
There it was.
That's brilliant. Oh, nice uppercut there by Yang. Oh, drops in proper. Beating the midsection. Hurts it to the body.
Everybody else do. Look at that high kick again. There it is. Oh, this is close.
And cardio is his best weapon. Should have enough gas. Rachmanov's out.
He's got it. He's got it. He's gonna go out. He's out.
He's out. And still on the side right hand Tozer by submission in round 2. Wow.
Party out of Auckland, New Zealand, Navajo!
It looks pretty good to me.
27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Navajo!
And this is an absolute dogfight. Now Billy's hurt. Head kick. Had success with that. Turning back the clock with a walk-off 1-2. Unbelievable. Amazing.
We know what it takes. We locking them down and shut in the start. We up in their face.
Referee's how it feels out here.
We raising the stakes.
Hits the guard with a double jab. That's a nice shot. Good job. Goes to the uppercut. Hitting it right where he left off. That's nice. You can hear those shots. There it is. That will do it.
Kia ora e te iwi and welcome to UFC on Sky. Koravinda Hunia Tōku Ingoa, and joining me for our last show of the year, Mr. Dan Hooker. Kia ora.
Thank you, thank you. I haven't been wearing the same clothes for a week. I just want to say this at the start of the show. This is the magic of TV. We filmed this in advance. I haven't been wearing the same clothes for a week.
Maybe we could put a little blur on and a little animation onto the t-shirt.
She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me that I needed it. She had to change her clothes. Where was the heads up? You know?
I'm so sorry. Look, my apologies. But you look great.
I would have just wanted different t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah. Same shoes, same shirt. Yeah.
I said I'll put my shirt on inside out. That might...
It could have been a Christmas shirt.
Could have, yeah.
We'll never know. But Dan, look, it's the last show of 2024, and I must say I have enjoyed your inclusion onto the show this year. It's been very enlightening and hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Well, Kai Kara France is still waiting for me to get fired.
He's actually just waiting behind
He's waiting in the wings. He pops in every now and then. He's sure I would have messed it up by now, but I'm still here. I think we must have great editors because I still have a job. Incredible.
Look, we got you. Don't you worry about that. But when you think about 2024, because I feel like you have been in front of the media a lot this year, not just on this show, but you've done a little tiki touring around the world as well. How have you found 2024? It's been busy.
Yeah, busy, chaotic. That's how I like things. Like to always be moving, and I'm just excited for what happens next. You know, there's some pretty big things lined up in 2025 for the whole New Zealand fighters. Obviously, Kai lined up for a title, Carlos lined up for a title, me not that far away. You know, Israel going to get himself back in title contention. So, yeah, by the end of 2025, we could have 4 titles in New Zealand, and that's a pretty. That's something to get excited about.
That is absolutely history in the making, and I don't know any other gym, not just in New Zealand but around the world, involved in the UFC where that is even a possibility right now.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, it's great, but it's a true testament to the work that you guys have put in. And when I think about my favourite moments of 2024, 100% coming over to Perth and watching you fight Gamrot and prove everyone wrong, and now lining yourself up for a title fight possibly for 2025, as you say. Do you think back to that fight much and think about, what you went through to get yourself back up there in the mix with the elite?
Nah, I didn't think it was that good of a... I said, because obviously my striking coach Twister is a very hard man to impress. And I get out of the cage after and I look at Twist's face and he just went like this. Like he had such an unimpressed look on his face after that, because obviously I'm not supposed to get hit that many times. Yep. Obviously that's not in the game plan, you know what I mean? But I looked at him and he was not impressed, and I just said to him, I said, not bad for an off night. I said, not bad for an off night. But he gave me this one. So he agreed, like, not bad. That's the summary for that fight, was not bad for an off night. But yeah, obviously I know what I'm capable of. I know that I can do a lot better. But it's been a pretty cool year. Obviously we did the 10-year wrap-up this year. That was pretty cool. Everyone making a big deal about that. How have I done it? It's too stupid to quit. At the end of the day, it's just that simple. Like, yeah, like trying to be the best fighter in the world. That's all it comes down to, and just don't want to let it go because you just love it so much.
I'm so thankful for that experience, because what I got out of that experience is that I knew that my fighters and my team that were back home in New Zealand could compete at that level of the sport and do some special things. That was the light bulb moment for me.
Yeah, it's good to see unfortunately in New Zealand, we're still almost fighting for validation sometimes to be recognized as a traditional sport. But it's good to reminisce and see how far we've come and then be excited about how far we have to go.
Because it's not, it's definitely not the sport where people hang around for 10 years.
No.
So quite the accomplishment, and it's pretty cool everyone to take the time to show how much they appreciate that, which was, a nice surprise.
That's right. And like I said when we brought that story to air, it was history for New Zealand mixed martial arts. There's been no other New Zealand fighter within the UFC to have that sort of longevity in the game. And not only that, when you get to your 10-year point, sometimes you're coming down the other end, but you're still, the stocks are still going up for you. So
yeah, that's it. A 3-fight win streak and some pretty decent performances, if I don't say so myself. But it's obviously COVID wasn't the best time for my career, but it's funny to now see now you're on a win streak and be like, see, I wasn't rubbish.
Yeah.
See, I just wasn't able to, not training for UFC fights. Not good
not
idea.
Ideal. Yeah.
Not the best idea I've ever had.
In terms of the UFC as a whole, what's a moment that kind of stands out for you that you were like, man, that was such a good moment in 2024?
Oh, for me, it's got to be UFC 300.
Ever since the beginning, UFC has been all about putting on the biggest events.
Out here in the fields.
When we put together these major fight cards,
UFC 100.
the whole world is watching.
This monumental moment is now upon us.
I fought for my meals.
Got the choke. It is all over.
These are the moments that fight fans remember for the rest of their lives.
Holloway's knockout over Justin Gaethje, that moment, 300 BMF title coming down 10 seconds, pointing at the ground, and to get an incredible knockout is that has to be my moment. That was pretty wild. I didn't actually go to the UFC 300. I was in Las Vegas, but I was drinking on the Strip. And I saw the knockout, But wild. That's got to be my moment.
My heart goes out to Max Holloway because he had probably the biggest highlight and possibly the biggest lowlight all in 1 year in a matter of a few months. Which
that's absolutely the sport at the best of times, and it's the sport he fought for the BMF title that pretty much BMF is live by the sword, die by the sword, and we see it. Gaethje, big knockout over Poirier. Next fight gets sent to the Shadow Realm. Same as Holloway, big knockout, huge moment. Next thing, knocked out by Ilia Topuria. The style in which you fight to qualify yourself for the BMF title, and it's swing big, hit big, or swing big, miss big.
Absolutely. And we have also spoken about possibly seeing you in a BMF title position in the near future.
Yeah, potentially. There's another pretty exciting fight. I don't feel, like I said, when I see other fighters call for the shot themselves, I think might have been Ilya saying they want to fight for the BMF, like Chandler saying BMF, this and that. It's not up to us as the fighters. The BMF is, and I feel like it's the fans' title. So I'm never going to sit here and say I'll fight for the BMF next. I'll fight. If the fans want that fight and they want to see me, obviously Max Holloway still has the belt. If they want to see me fight Max Holloway when he comes back and things, but it's not something I'm just going to sit around and wait for, because that's not what a BMF does. Yeah. A BMF goes out there and puts his balls on the chopping block and swings for the fences. So I'll do that until the fans want to see me fight for the title.
That's right. No words, just action when it comes to the BMF title. Absolutely. I think my favourite moment for this year had to have been like the rise of Ilia Topuria in the featherweight division. We put a lot of emphasis on that fight because obviously that has implications for Alexander Volkanovski, so it was on our radar this year. But to win the title at the beginning of the year against Alexander Volkanovski in spectacular fashion, to then go on and face another GOAT in his own right, Max Holloway, as we've just discussed, and to successfully defend the title the way he did, I thought, wow, you know, if he hadn't proven himself, crazy, because I think he already did, if he hadn't have proved himself against Volkanovski, he well and truly did against Max Holloway.
Yeah, just the manner in which he won those two fights with the two vicious, incredible knockouts over two of the GOATs of the featherweight division. Like, if he had a short list for the greatest featherweights of all time, Volk and Holloway were definitely on that. So to get them out of there in such spectacular fashion was quite impressive. Close, I'd say for me, close second for fighter of the year, but just the activity. Like, both incredible, crazy fights, but I feel like the bar is set quite high by my man Alex. I'm picking Alex Pereira. Yeah. And that's just because the manner in which he did it. He had 3 big wins this year of Jamal Hill, big knockout, Yuri head kick, big knockout, and then a demolition of Roundtree. So 3 big wins. And for me, it was the activity and the stepping in on short notice. Yeah. When the UFC called and they needed, not only when the UFC called, but when the fans wanted a great main event. Like all those times, like we lost a huge main event, the fans kind of lost steam. How do we make this up to the fans? We put Alex Pereira defending his belt. So yeah, that for me, the short notice aspect, being the champion and stepping in on short notice is something you just don't have to do, and is why it is so special. And that's why he's my fighter of the year.
He's absolutely a special athlete, all right. And you even spoke about his age, 37 years old, to still be doing what he's doing and in such fashion. He well and truly deserved that World MMA Fighter of the Year award. Yeah, there's no denying that he was truly that. But, you know, we've spoken about now Carlos Ulberg's going to be facing Blacowicz in March, and then possibly up here to Alex Pereira as well. So that's exciting as well.
Yeah, I'd love that fight. Obviously, I feel like Alex Pereira will fight Ankalaev at some stage. I think for the fans, we would like to see Alex Pereira get the win over Ankalaev, because me, more than anything, I would love to see Carlos Ulberg fight Alex Pereira, and not only fight him, but I truly believe that Carlos Ulberg has the skill set to beat Alex Pereira, and that's obviously a guy that our coaching team knows inside and out, and we feel like Carlos Ulberg versus Alex Pereira is a very winnable fight for him.
Joining us back on UFC on Sky is New Zealand UFC light heavyweight Carlos Ulberg. Carlos, welcome back to the show, and congratulations on all the success you've been having of late.
Thank you. It's been nice, sir.
Look, before we get into this new huge announcement for 2025, talk to us a little bit about the fight against Volkan Oezdemir, and perhaps what you gave yourself in terms of a rating in that performance against such, you know, a big, worthy opponent.
Yeah. We were all, as a team, quite happy with the performance. We felt that we had control all 3 rounds. At first, you know, I was gutted that I didn't get the knockout, but I went in with the goal to get the win, and also to get in there with 3 rounds, because I know very soon we're going to be having the 5-rounders. I thought that this fight here with Jan was going to be a 5-rounder, but I wanted to at least get some rounds in with someone who is a notable fighter like Volkan Oezdemir. So, and throughout the week, I know that he was saying that he was going to show me levels. So, yeah, getting 3 rounds over him was spectacular on its own. So, I'm quite happy with it.
You should be. And, you know, that result was, you know, it was overwhelmingly in your favor. You could see that heading towards the end of that fight. When Dan and I were discussing your fight, he said that it was really impressive to see you, you know, work through those 3 rounds, because, you know, getting the early knockout like you did earlier in the year compared to a fight like this has a totally different demand. So what do you think it was with Volkan Oezdemir that, like, did you see holes there, but you kind of knew what he was going to fire back at you? Or, you know, was patience and being calm like the bottom line for you?
The bottom line was to get the win first and foremost. And then, you know, when I go into the fights, I've noted now that, you can't go in and expect to get a knockout. So I was just hoping to let it fall into place and let him fall into a right hand or a left hook or something like that. So, and eventually put him down. But he was just stone cold, stone faced, and I knew that. I watched a bit of his tape, and I knew that he was going to come with this full on stone cold face, and I'd have to work through that. So no matter how many punches or what punches I was throwing, he would continue to push forward. So with that in the back of my head, I knew that this was going to be a tough fight. It was just knowing that he had the power in his hands. He has some good power, so I felt it for sure. So that kept me wary. And if you're ahead on the cards, you don't want to be going in there swinging, and then eventually get caught by something that you didn't need to. So the main thing was just going in there, getting the win, and racking up so that we can eventually get a fight like we have now with Jan. So I don't mind being the underdog in the division, where a lot of guys kind of just see me creep up now, and now we're sitting at number 7 and going up against the number 4. So and a very notable fighter now. So it's massive. It's massive.
It really is, and it's a true testament to your work. I mean, the streak that you're on, speaks for itself. And if anyone was doubting you before, then their eyes are wide open to you now. What have these fights during your UFC career kind of taught you to this point? Like, how has this best prepared you for a fighter like Jan Blacowicz?
They only get harder. They only get harder. But I mean, they're just experienced fighters. And I guess the biggest thing is as long as I am dedicated to my craft and I stick to what I know, stay in the gym, and open to learning new things from different coaches, different people around me, whether it be my training partners as well, or even things you might see online. I'm continuing to upskill and add things to my arsenal or repertoire or things. If you might, then this may help me later on, where if I need to use it, where I haven't needed to use my ground game just yet, but I am excited to use it very soon. So I do prefer my ground game. It's just that I haven't had the chance to use it just yet. So hey, this may be the one, and like you say, you ask, you receive. So I think Jan has a very good top game. From what I know, I think he may be a black belt now in jiu-jitsu. So got to be very careful with someone like him, where he's a very good, strong guard. He's got a good, strong guard game. So you got to be careful with guys like that, and he's very experienced too. So whether it be on the top or on the ground, he's gonna pose a big threat.
Yeah, and you're right to assume that that's what he would want to do, considering the way in which you've been winning over these fights has predominantly been on your feet and successful with that left hook. How did this fight come about? And how soon after your win over Özdemir did you know you were going to be fighting Jan?
It happened pretty quickly. You spoke to the UFC. They were like, "Hey, we have this name here," and I gave them another name, and then I went back and I spoke to the coaches. They were like, "Actually, let's just go for this. Let's just go with this fight. I think this is the perfect one," because he was kind of the only one that was available, and in terms of the timing and in London as well, it was perfect. So I think everyone else had just been taken. So it was, number 4. So it's, I didn't want to kind of go backwards when we're trying to go forward. So he was the perfect guy for us to come up against, especially with a name that he has, and he possesses a big threat. So I think this is going to be the perfect matchup, the perfect test and challenge for a lot of the fight fans and the division on its own too.
Yeah, it's an exciting prospect, you climbing up the ladder, because the light heavyweight division has had a lot of the same names up there for quite a long time, and they're starting to fight each other. So the injection of Carlos Ulberg makes this very exciting. The way you've been winning, only like demands you to move forward and to get a title fight, eventually. Do you feel that this fight is a #1 title contender spot?
Yes, a win over Jan will get me a shot at the title, for sure.
Because you're not only fighting the #4 in the division, he's a former champion as well. Like, his credentials precede him. And, who knows Jan Blacowicz pretty well is your coaching staff, having coached Israel Adesanya to face Jan Blacowicz. How beneficial is that, having, your coach has already gone through a camp to prepare for the Polish power?
Yeah, for sure, right? Coaches have already gone through the tapes and all that. So all it is now is kind of just addressing and tailoring it to my style, and whether we go and put a threat to takedowns and things like that, or we kind of just stick to what we have and what we know, and then kind of just go with that. Yeah, it's very important. I feel like it's a very key thing that we have Israel, who's fought him, and coaches have done their extensive study on Jan. So it's going to be a massive help.
Finally, before I let you go, this UFC, in your career has been taking you around the world, and now you get to go to London to fight. Look, have you been there before? What are your thoughts about fighting at the O2? It's a pretty iconic place.
Yeah, I haven't been. So, and that's definitely been something on the list, and I've been manifesting it, where I wanted to go to Europe, and this year I was like planning to go this year, but hey, we're gonna get that early next year, so that'll be nice. And I've been wanting to do like the whole Spain and Barcelona and Italy kind of trip after that. So, but hey, I think first things first, you get the win, and I don't plan my stays. I kind of just go over, make sure I get the job done, and then I'll come back home. If I can stay a couple of days there and change things up, then it'll be cool. But I know that I got to get the job done first, where I still have a job to do, which is to make my way to that title. So I know that Pereira doesn't have a fight booked just yet. I don't think so. So things could happen a lot quicker, and I don't want to be booking holidays and basking in all that glory when we have a job to be done, to get done first. So I want to make sure that I go there, get the win, come back, and then continue to work and then get that title. So as much as I know it, London is obviously a big place, and I've heard so much about it, and I want to do the Europe tour, but I know that first thing is first, get the job done.
You're not just talking about fights anymore. You're talking about fighting for titles. And you're not the only one in that boat at City Kickboxing. You're surrounded by this excellence right now. There's you teetering on a title shot. Kai Kara-France's next fight could be a title shot. Dan's, looking at his next fight to get him a title shot. Israel Adesanya is still #2 in the middleweight division.
Yeah.
What is that like to not just be, preparing for title fights, but that excellence is around you? It's the environment.
Cool, right? We've got to give credit to Israel for setting this whole thing up, making it believable for people around, or fighters around New Zealand and Australia, that it's attainable for us to all get there. And for not only that, but then giving confidence and belief in the MMA community, fans, businesses, to be able to get sponsors. Now we're able to be or support ourselves through New Zealand sponsors and things like that. So we've got a good credit to that. And now we have a lot of the young guys who are coming up, and they're able to take advantage of that. So it's massive. And now we're all here at the senior level, being able to prove a little more now to a lot of these other youngsters and a lot of the supporters to come on board now and help these young fellas, because it's possible. It's definitely possible. So we're just living in the dream, and we're making it all happen for ourselves and for yet to come.
Nice. Look, I know I say this all the time, but amazingly proud of you, amazingly proud of all you guys and how you guys are representing New Zealand at the highest level of MMA. And I'm sure we'll catch up again before you head over to London or when you get over there. But all the very best over Christmas. I'm guessing that camp and things aren't going to stop for you. So you're going to have to say
I'm having my Christmas now.
Oh, very good, very good. Before you jump in hard out. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Thank you, Rav. We all appreciate you too. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Exciting indeed. Another fighter who's maybe a little under the radar but has done great things this year as well, Dricus du Plessis, who is of course the middleweight champion. He's undefeated in the UFC so far. He won his title at the beginning of the year, February, against Sean Strickland, and then defended it of course against Israel Adesanya. But he has been named as the headline event for UFC 312 in Sydney 2025. Now before we go, Dan, I have a quick little yes or no activity for you.
Just
before
say
you
yes
go.
or no or actual answer?
Just say yes or no. I mean, I may elaborate if you, depending on how you answer these questions, but only because I'm nosy. But okay, yes or no? UFC at the Sphere, is it cool?
Yeah, well, never again though, so distracting.
Oh,
I didn't remember any of the fights. Like, we were talking about it the next day and we were like, oh, remember when Murad this? And I was like, I didn't even know who won. I was staring at this huge wall of moving objects. I was so distracted. Might have been the 20 beers I had before, but...
I mean, that's neither here nor there, is it?
Help.
Yes or no to the new UFC gloves?
No. You see they brought the old ones back?
Yes.
So they brought the, you know the true reason?
Why?
It's because knockouts went down. I swear that's the true reason. Because
the volume did go down.
I swear they did it on John Jones, so everyone will blame John Jones. But the reality is, I saw someone made a video on the stats, and knockouts were down 40% or something.
Right.
So bring those ones feel. Oh, you need to try them. The old ones is like it's like someone strapped a tire rubber to your hand.
Okay.
Yeah, they're rocks. I love them. I feel like if I'd have had them on, I would have knocked Gamrod out. And I got cut how many times? With those silly little soft stink gloves. Bring back the tire rubber. We want to see knockouts.
Okay, bring back the tire rubber. Check. Yes or no, Shama or not to Shama?
I didn't know that's what Shama means.
No one really knows what it means.
I mean, a lot of them. Yeah, Shama. Side quest, Alex Pereira. He's everywhere.
Yes or no, defending interim titles?
Nah. Sets a bad precedent. I don't feel like, but it's John Jones.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's going to be anyone,
it's going to be John Jones.
It's going to be John Jones.
Yeah. Yes or no, personalised UFC shorts?
Yeah, I like it. Oh man, I like it. I like the crazy stuff. That's what I miss about like Pride. You go back and watch Pride, and you watch Sakuraba come out with 10 different guys wearing the same thing, and they're doing a dance, and I like that stuff. That's why I like Israel Adesanya's walkouts. I still probably just walk out and not do anything different. But
I was going to say, what shorts would you design for yourself?
I like the show of it. I like the performance of it.
It is pretty cool. Okay, yes or no, title shots on debut?
Oh, that kind of depends. Because flyweight did need that new injection.
Mm-hmm.
We did need that shot of Japanese MMA into the flyweight title picture, but circumstantial.
Okay.
On general, I want to say no.
Okay. Yes or no, power slap?
Yeah.
I knew you'd say yes to that.
Yeah. Crazy. You want to watch no skill? Let's cut to the chase. Yeah. That's what I mean. Let's cut to the chase. Let's stop all this moving around. Let's stop all this faking and wrestling and stuff. Let's just hit each other and go home.
Yeah. Okay. That's exactly what they do. Yes or no, fighters walking out with celebrities. For example, David Goggins and Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything, but like, man, it's good for the fans.
Yeah.
Like, they watch the walkout and they're just like, oh, there's David Goggins. Like, maybe not Tony because he used one of his actual cornerman spots.
Stay up, Tony! Stay up, Tony! Stay up, Tony! It's time now! Now it's time! It's time now!
For David Goggins, like, what can David Goggins tell you? Like, be mentally strong. It's like, why you don't put your strength and conditioning coach in the corner? You know, because it's like,
how do they contribute?
You are already fit and strong enough. It's not time for mental stuff. You need very knowledgeable people in your corner. And Zuck didn't actually corner Alex. He was there for the walkout, but he didn't use one of his cornerman spots, I believe.
Okay. Well, then that's a bit different then. If you could walk out with a celebrity, who would it be?
I actually want to think about this one.
Okay. Shall we
yeah,
circle back? Circle back. Okay. Now this one you're an absolute expert on.
How am I supposed to think it? I'm thinking about all these other questions. All right, okay, right.
I'll give you a good expert
Richie
opinion.
McCaw.
Richie McCaw?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Am I serious? Yeah.
Richie, that could be you. That could be you
Next
for his
UFC
next fight.
Auckland.
There you go.
Or, now I'm thinking, Willie Apiata.
I love that. Willie Apiata.
I met him, he's cool.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
We are very like-minded.
Oh, okay.
That's a good thing.
Wise, okay.
Okay, wise.
Well, I think of him as wise.
Wise.
I'll give you that
That's not what
too.
I was thinking. I think he's got a mad car and he shoots people. Like
Maybe no to Willie Apiata in the corner.
Yeah, bring a gun. Oh.
Okay, expert opinion. Wearing fake eyelashes when you fight. Yes or no?
I don't know. Yeah. If you want, like, are they allowed to do that? Are they, like,
I never realised that until I saw that.
Yeah, you have to take out but then there's like girls that have like hair extensions and stuff. Like they take them out.
Yeah.
I know like a few of the fighters got breast implants. That's got to hurt the weight cut.
Yeah.
Holy Rick.
Yeah.
That would piss me off. If I was cutting weight and I missed by 100 grams, I'd be like,
your fault.
I regret this heavily.
Okay, and yes or no, UFC back in New Zealand?
Yeah, I would like to see it, and it'd be pretty hard to deny, but yeah, I feel like the government's got to pull the finger out. The Australian government, the Perth government, the Sydney government are moving things out of the way I think as Sydney or New South Wales offered them like some crazy $60 million deal to get the UFC to do how many events, and then New Zealand sitting here just been like, oh yeah, just come. Yeah, if you want though. And it's like, no, come on, light a fire under the government. They're not just going to come here. Like, you need to entice the UFC here because it's absolutely enormous for us. I'd like to see them do a stadium show here. I feel like if you've got Israel, myself, Kai, Carlos, like all fighting for titles, but all 4 titles on a stadium here in New Zealand. If we do that, go down Forsyth Bar Arena, Dunedin, we'll sell that thing out. 4 title fights, let's get it done.
Oh, the economy would be...
Dreams are free.
Dreams are free, but
dreams are free.
2025, that's a 2025, 2026, that's a real reality.
Ear to the streets. I don't think the UFC's coming in 2025. I think from what I heard, 2026, and we'll be looking for an event down here in New Zealand. I'll still be here. You'll still be hanging around. I'll still be hanging around, guys. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, that's an exciting prospect because I know New Zealand fans have been, waiting in anticipation for the promotion.
Hanging out for it. Absolutely dying for it. Every time we do it here. The last one, the Felder one, was at the highest gate ever at Vector Arena. So it's like, yeah, dying. We haven't had a show here since I fought Paul Felder.
Yeah.
Like that feels like an eternity ago.
Yeah,
we haven't had a show here since pre-COVID. That's how long it's been.
Yeah, so it's about time we bring it back, especially with our fighters all up at the top of their divisions as well. Look, Dan, thank you so much for joining me in 2024. Will you be returning in 2025?
And we got a new set.
And we got our new house.
We got new chairs and stuff like that.
See, so you can come back for the new chair.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like the UFC wasn't even a thing on TV when I first started fighting. There was one bar in Auckland that would pay. So we used to have a pay-per-view like every 5 or 6 weeks. And there was one bar in Takapuna that would play it, and we didn't even fill it out. I feel there'd be like 20 people there. Now every bar is full. We're on a show weekly. They pay me to talk about UFC weekly.
Yep.
Kai, you're going to have to wait because I haven't been fired yet. Wait
He's
your
not letting
turn.
it go. He's not
Wait
letting
your
it go.
turn.
Yeah, he might go to HR over this, but...
I think HR's hunting for me.
We haven't got your sort.
Leave me alone, I'll leave them alone.
But thank you so much for your contribution this year. It is very much appreciated. And congratulations again on your tenure. I can't say it enough that, absolute history for our country, and well done to you.
Thank you.
Yes, well done. And Whānau, thank you for tuning in this year. It's been a pleasure to bring the UFC to you alongside UFC lightweight Dan Hooker, and we can't wait to be back in 2025 to see a golden year for New Zealand MMA within the UFC. Who knows? Stay here, stay tuned, and have a safe and happy holidays. Ka kite mā te wā. Kia ora e te iwi no mai hara mai ki UFC on Sky. Ravinda Hunia Tōku Ingoa joining me, of course, co-host UFC lightweight Dan.
Official co-host. I've officially got a job. I'm a happy man.
Some exciting news for New Zealand MMA. We have our first ever fight series to feature on UFC Fight Pass, Shuriken Fight Series.
I think it's just going to elevate the MMA in New Zealand.
Their reactions off of face. His voice is known around the world to excite not only fight fans, but fighters. Joining me now is UFC announcer Bruce Buffer.
I've seen fear, I've seen excitement, I've seen all different kinds of emotions coming from the fighters.
Kia ora, it's UFC on Sky, and I've got a new sparring partner. I was just about to start.
He switches from Big Macs to cheeseburgers on fight week, and he thinks that's a weight cut. Don't start with me, son.
Great fight. Why didn't we talk about that?
That's exactly why we didn't.
Also, I like how they don't give Dan any professional uniform to wear. Just rock up in what you want to wear. You do you.
And we've had, some pretty good guests like Sean O'Malley, Justin Gaethje, where you have gotten into it with them.
It's nice to have a boxing head on the show. I'm quite biased towards boxers, so I'm very happy about this chat indeed. Welcome to UFC on Sky for you and New Zealand fans.
What is happening, all the New Zealanders? How are we?
Kamaru Usman hasn't got the balls to fight Shavkat. No language there. There's no way.
Sure, bro.
Well done.
Thank you so much, Rav. It was good to see you again. And keep kicking butt out there. You're doing great.
Thank you so much, Turbo.
You're bro.
I was meant to be there, and I was really going to own the moment.
New Zealand's own Kaikara fans up against Kaikara fans.
And stuff like that. I got crap. I'm going to stretch this out. My leader's killing me.
You deal with that while I...
Your winner by TKO victory, New Zealand's own Daniel the Hangman Hooker!
He paved the way and started the resurgence for Kiwi fighters to take on the world stage again.
To see him do it, it kind of made it more possible.
You saw Dan do that, and it created a pathway.
There's so much more that I've got left to kind of achieve.
And 10 years in any sport is an amazing accomplishment.
I can't describe how I feel right now. It's just so awesome to see the growth of the sport, but also to see people like Izzy and Kip and everybody else that's here supporting it. You know what I mean? It's just awesome to see.
Maloele ko hoku hingoa ko Ravinda Hunia. Welcome to UFC on Sky this week from Perth, ahead of UFC 305 this weekend. Now, the main event for this card features our very own Israel Adesanya, who will be vying for that middleweight title once again, this time against the current champion, Dricus Du Plessis.
I love this shit.
How you like me now? It's because I'm Māori, bro, that's why.
I'm hungry, that fire's burning, that mana. It's a tough road being a fighter, but we do it because we love it. Mahi to mahi, there's work to be done.
Mahi to mahi, and we'll see you on the next one.